Hi everyone and welcome to a demo of Deliver XPO. Deliver XPO is our new mobile delivery application that will be replacing eTrack in the near future. So what we want to accomplish with this demo is we want to show the user how to complete a delivery as well as a pickup, as well as show the user the features and the functionalities of Deliver XPO. So stay tuned and we'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty, now initially this is the first screen that the user will see once they access Deliver XPO. This is our login screen. So here in the username field, the service provider would enter their service provider ID. Here in the password field, the service provider would enter a preset password that we will send out to their managers. And here we have our Remember Me feature where the user can select this and it will save their credentials for future usage, as well as forgot password that will prompt a email to the service provider's email address to reset the password. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get logged in. Alrighty, now once we're all logged in, Deliver XPO will bring us to our route dashboard screen. In the route dashboard screen is going to give us all of the information of our route for that day. So as you can see at the top, it greets us with a welcome, gives us our route ID, number of pickups and deliveries, also route start and end time, as well as total distance on the route. Right up under that, you can see there's a button that says route details. If we click into the route details button, it'll give us a high level view of our route. So as you can see, we're able to see where our stops are on the map. If we zoom in, we're also able to see where our truck is on the map. So it'll be an approximate GPS location of our truck. All right. The blue stop markers will indicate pickup and the green stop markers will indicate a delivery. Here in the middle gives us more information of our route, so pickup, deliveries, miles, and time numbers. If we scroll a little bit more, we're able to see individual stop cards of each customer on our route. So as you can see, we have our pickup followed by the rest of our deliveries. Alrighty. Now the service provider is also able to perform actions in this screen. So they're able to prompt a pre-call by clicking here on the green phone icon. They're able to prompt their GPS by clicking here on the blue arrow. All right, Deliver XPO would ask the service provider to select which GPS app that they would like to use. And this will be a selection of whichever navigation apps they have on their phones. So they're able to select whichever one that they would like to use. They're also able to arrive and add exceptions here in the route detail screen as well, right? So that's a little bit about our route detail screen. If we're going to go back out to the route dashboard screen, right up under the route details, you see we have our stop card here once again. Now, whichever stop the service provider has coming up next will be the stop card that will appear here in this section. So the service provider is still able to perform those actions here in this screen as well. Like I said, the pre-call, the navigation, as well as arrive. Okay, if we scroll a little bit more on the route dashboard screen, we're able to see an incomplete stop section. Now here in this section will include any stops that were not closed out by any previous day or any previous route. By the service provider, the information would appear here. So it'll be stop details and also be details of the route as well. Okay. All right, and that is a little bit about our route dashboard screen. So we're going to go over to the rest of the features of Deliver XPO, and then we're going to come back to this screen to show you all how to complete a pickup as well as a delivery. All right, now moving on to the notification screen. Now the notification screen, the service provider would see any push notifications that has been sent to the Deliver XPO app, as well as any mass communications that were made by their managers or their dispatchers. That information would appear here in the notification screen. All right, now over to chat. This is the live chat feature where the service provider is able to chat back and forth with their dispatcher or manager, whomever is accessing route management in route management in DMS or LMX. So as you can see, they are able to communicate real time with whoever has the route management screen open. So this is a live chat between the service provider and the dispatcher. Alrighty, now over to the more screen. As you can see, we just simply have support and we have log out. Now if we go into support, this is where the service provider would send what we call a log from. So when we ask the service provider to send the log, we are asking for information from the app that has populated within the last 72 hours so we can see where any performance issues are coming from. All right. So the logs, like I said, allows the product team to view the information that was stored in the app within the last 72 hours to view what the issues are and what caused the issue. So by performance issues, I mean, for example, if the app is crashing, if the app is not performing as it should, if the app is not populating information, anything of that nature, we would like the service provider to send the log. All right. So the service provider would do so by clicking here on email log. They would then quickly populate the information on this form that is brought up. Once they populate the form with the correct information, they will just select send log. From there, DeliverXPO would bring up the email application and the service provider would just go ahead and hit send, and this information will be sent over to our product team for further review. All right. So like I said, very important to send the log, especially when there are performance issues within the app. That way the product team can view and see what's going on, so this won't affect other users. Alrighty. All right, so we're going to go back over to the route screen and we're going to go ahead and complete our first pickup. Now, the first step in completing a pickup would be to arrive at the stop. So we're going to click here on arrive. It's going to bring up a confirmation and we're going to confirm that yes, we have arrived at the location. All right, once we've arrived at the location, it's going to bring us to the pickup detail screen. As you can see here, we have these two boxes above the customer's name that are intertwining in the corners. This means that this particular stop is a combined, it's a combined order. So this means that we have multiple orders within this one pickup job. And if we scroll, you're able to see the order and the information of each order. All right. Now here we have our most important part of DeliverXPO. This is actually where all of the actions are completed. And this is our action menu. So if the user will click into the action menu, it will bring up all of the actions that can be performed within this current screen. All right, so as you can see, we're able to unarrive, scan, add items, notes, exceptions, take pictures, and complete a pickup in this one screen. All right. All right, so we're going to just show you a few more features. Now, if we click into the items will bring us to our item detail screen where we're able to see each item and the information about each item individually. As you can see, we have a TV that's ready to be scanned. As you can see, it says no scan. Gives us the SKU, the quantity, weight, and also the package ID. Now, for certain clients, we do have a feature what we call tap to scan. So, for example, IKEA doesn't provide us barcodes to scan their product into our hub locations. So we have this feature here enabled for IKEA as well as a few Lowe's locations in Masco, where the user can select barcode not available if they are not able to scan, or if they're not able to have a barcode provided. Okay. So if we go back out into our pickup detail screen, we're able to see that that will be the case for each order. You just go into the items and you're able to select barcode not available, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and we can just scan using our camera. So this is our scan screen. Now the scan screen would indicate how many items that we need to scan. We're also able to do a manual entry and add an exception from this screen as well. So we're going to go ahead and scan over the package IDs for this particular customer. As you can see, it did capture that scan for us. I'm going to scan the other. And as you can see, it shows us that we have 2 out of 2 items that are scanned. So we are actually done with this one. And we can go back out into our pickup detail screen. And we can see the status of our other orders. So we have the completed scan, completed scan. Now this order lets us know that we have not scanned, so I can go ahead and scan that one in. So I'm going to go ahead and select the action menu once again. Click scan. Now if I want to do a manual entry of this this package ID, I can just select here on manual entry and we can enter the package ID. All right, so we're going to go ahead and enter that in. Hit add. And as you can see, Deliver XPO counted that item as scanned using a manual entry. Going to hit done. And if we scroll, we can see that all of our orders have completed scanning. So we have onboarded all of our items for this pickup job. Now we're going to go back into our action menu. We can perform either of these actions. We can add an exception, capture photos, add an item, or add a note. But for this one, since everything looks good, we're going to go ahead and complete the pickup. All right. Now, once we complete the pickup, it's going to bring us to the pickup acceptance screen. This is just a checklist, just stating the service provider did receive their item stated, or if they rejected, missing, or if they've added any exception for this order. This is just a checklist verifying that. The service provider would then click sign if everything looks okay here in the acceptance screen. They're going to go ahead and sign for the merchandise that they have received. Enter their initials. Click done. The app is going to refresh and it's going to bring us to our next stop, which is delivery. All right, so that is how you complete a pickup. As you can see, guys, very simple, very user-friendly, very easy to use. Alrighty, so now we're going to complete the delivery. Now the delivery and the pickup flow is very, very similar. However, in a delivery, we just need to complete a checklist. All right. So now for this one, I'm going to show you guys a happy path of a happy delivery. And on the next delivery that we complete, I'm going to show you all a not at home exception or something of that nature to show you how the exceptions or any problems with any stops, how they populate in the Deliver XPO app. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start on our delivery. So we're going to go ahead and click on arrive. That is our first step. Now, since we have arrived early, it's going to ask us why we arrived early. We're going to select a reason for early arrival. Let's say we had an early loadout this morning. From there, the Deliver XPO app will just ask you to confirm. You're going to click yes. All right, now it's going to bring us to our delivery detail screen. Like I said, same process, same flow. Just with the delivery, we have to complete a checklist. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have an exception that's already populated here and 3 services, and we have an item here. So we can click into the services and see exactly what they are. All right, so it lets us know that we need to pack. We have an even exchange, and then we have a surcharge there. So we're going to go back out. We're going to click to view an exception. And as you can see, it's a stop level exception, just basically stating what I just stated of the ETA. We arrived early, so it's just adding that information here onto the stop. All right, so if we go back out into the delivery details, we can go ahead and get started on our order if we'd like. So we're going to click into our action menu. Like I said, this is where all of the actions take place. We're going to go ahead and scan. Ready? Scan over the barcode. And as you can see, Deliver XPO did capture it. We're going to click done if we're all done scanning. Everything looks good here. The customer accepted the job. Now we're going to go ahead and complete the delivery. All right, now here's that checklist I was talking about. So the service provider would complete the checklist, hit done. They would then complete their delivery checklist. Now, for certain questions on the checklist, Deliver XPO will ask the service provider to upload a picture. So for this particular question, we answered yes for if there was appliance haul away. We're going to click yes so we can upload pictures of that appliance haul away that we had. Okay. All right, so from there, it's going to bring us to our delivery acceptance list. So this is just, like I said, a list of accepted, rejected, missing, or exceptions from the order. If everything looks good, we can just go ahead and have the customer to sign. All right, then this is when the service provider would then pass the phone over to the customer. And the customer would then complete their customer checklist, just verifying that the service provider actually did do the install. All right. The customer would go ahead and have their signature as well as their initials. Select done. And Deliver XPO is going to go ahead and close that out since it was a successful delivery. And it's going to bring us to our next stop. All right. Hope you guys are still following along. It's very simple, very straight to the point, I believe. So for this delivery, we're going to go ahead and add an exception so I can show you all what that looks like. All right. Now, same process. We're going to go ahead and select arrive. We have arrived early, so it's going to ask us to verify why we arrived early. All right. Now, once we've arrived, it's going to bring us to a delivery detail screen. So I've gotten to this customer and I realized that there's something going on with this piece. So I need to go into the action menu and I need to add an exception. Now we can add an exception type. We can do a stop level exception or we can do the item level exception, whichever one applies. So for example, if we do a stop level exception, we hit add. It's going to ask us to select the type of exception. We have different selections here, as you can see. For this one, we're going to do, let's say, customer not at home. We're going to hit add. Now from there, with a not at home, it's going to go ahead and refresh, and it's going to change the job to a return job, okay? So once that's updated, Deliver XPO is going to ask the user to refresh. So they would just click here, top right to refresh. And it's going to adjust that. So as you can see, we now have 4 out of 5 stops that we have to complete. If we go into route details and scroll, as you can see, that not at home prompted that job to flip to a return job to be then scanned back into the hub. Okay. Now the return job will be the same process as a pickup or delivery. Same flow, nothing is different. Alrighty, so I'm going to go back out to our route dashboard screen once again. Now on this one, I'm going to show you all how to do a item level exception. So we're going to go ahead and click arrive. Okay, we can also arrive from the action menu here. Alrighty, so once we arrive, it does indicate that we're in process, just a note. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and add an item level exception. Okay, so we're going to click on to the action menu. We're going to click add an exception. Select the exception type. We're going to do an item level exception for this one. Hit done. Click add. Now with an item level exception, it wants to ask you to scan the product's ID. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and scan the item that we're having the exception on. All right, so it did capture it. Now we're going to hit done. All right, once we hit done, it's going to just verify that we are adding the exception, and we're going to indicate which type of item level exception this is. So for example, we're going to, let's say this item is stained. Okay, we can put in comments if we like. Alrighty, so once we enter our comments, we're going to hit add. Now it's going to ask us if the customer is accepting the item anyway. Now if the customer is accepting the item anyway, it will go ahead and note the exception, and then the user would then have to scan both of the items onto the order and then close out the delivery. The exception will still be noted even though the customer still accepted the item. Okay. Now if the customer does not accept the item, what will happen is it'll be the same thing. Just as we did the not at home, the Deliver XPO would prompt a return job to return that item back into the hub or the store, wherever it's going. All right, so for this one, we're going to go ahead and say, yes, the customer is accepting the item anyway. All right. Now, as you can see, it added the exception. It added the notes of the exception. It still says we haven't scanned because we actually haven't scanned the order for the customer's possession. We only scanned the item for the exception. So we're going to go ahead and scan in the item so it could be in the customer's possession. Alrighty. We're going to select done. As you can see, it completed the scan. Now we're going to go ahead and complete the delivery. Complete the checklist. Upload our pictures if necessary. All right, now it's going to bring us to our delivery acceptance screen. So we're going to click sign. Then the service provider, like I said, would pass the phone to the customer. The customer would then complete their customer checklist. Hit done. The customer would then provide our signature. And the customer would enter their initials. We're going to hit done. Deliver XPO will push us back to our route dashboard screen so we can complete our return. Okay. Now the return, like I said, very simple. Also, just like the pickup and the delivery flow. All right. Now, like I said, this is the same job. It just has a return status at this point. Okay, so it still has those same exceptions that were added, those same services and everything like that. It's just flipped to a return status. Okay, so we're going to hit scan so we can scan these items back onto the hub's dock, out of the service provider's possession. Alrighty. Once that completed, the service provider would hit done. Alrighty, once they hit done, it's going to bring them back to the delivery detail screen. Well, they'll go back to the action menu, hit complete delivery, complete that checklist, sign, enter initials, hit done. And our route is officially completed because we do not see any more information on our screen in Deliver XPO. All right. Thank you everyone for watching this demo and spending some time out to learn Deliver XPO. If there are any more questions or concerns, please reach out to our team so we can address those questions or concerns. Thank you guys once again for watching this demo of Deliver XPO. We're super excited for the future to come with Deliver XPO. Thanks again. Have a great day.